This is gonna be a half and half video. The review of the Vipertek VTS-989 rechargeable stun gun, and then I'm gonna drink some beer. I'm gonna tell you what it feels like. I watched a bunch of videos of people going and, you know, they're doing reaction videos. No one says what it feels like. This case is just trash. It's no big deal. I'm not worried about it. I don't think that should be. That's not your case, bro. It's not your case, pal. It charges with a USB. It has two settings: flashlight, and then power on. And before I get to what it feels like, ladies, men, as you're walking to your car, turn your flashlight on. Like it. What do you have? You have a flashlight. If someone sees you got something strange black in your hand, I think it would be better if they just thought what it was. You know, it's obviously you're walking with a flashlight because you need to put your keys in your car. So every time you walk to your car at nighttime, turn this on. Have it in your hand. Turn on the power. You have to make a connection for this to work. Both these things need to be touching you. The same thing with the grip, the anti-grip thing on the side. You have to touch both sides for it to function. It has to make the connection. That actually is bent a little bit. I didn't notice that. I got bent. I don't think it matters. Anyway, here's what it feels like. It feels like I didn't scream or anything like that. I didn't really even jump back or anything like that. What it feels like is someone is taking their fingers and shoving them, I did my thigh, and shoving them right through your thigh and touching your fingers inside your leg. It hurts. It feels hot. You feel a bit of a shake. Your muscle has like a tremor. That sensation is so different from any kind of pain you've ever felt before that I think it's disturbing. I think if you shove this against someone's neck or into their chest or whatever, their instinct would be jump back. Not because it's extremely painful, but it is a kind of sensation that you've never experienced before. It feels like something's happening inside your body. It's like getting electrocuted. I didn't notice that was bent. That's kind of fucked up. All right, there you go. That's my review. I bought two. Got my girlfriend one. We'll make this a taser malt liquor video. Whoa. Malt liquor. This week, I believe I have dealt, other than with the weeks where there's been violence, either like at work where I see violence or experience violence at work, this week has been the most unusual week that I've ever had in it's like 17 years. I think I'm coming up on 18. In like 18 years, the weirdest week, and it was all human behavior. The human behavior was so bizarre. Hundreds and hundreds of people behaving in such a weird way that I think we're gonna find out that like this right about this year was where microplastics finally started like accumulating in people's brains to the extent that they stopped functioning. Oh, my God, I dealt with some real unusual folks. I'm unusually disturbed about that's bent. That's kind of annoying. I'm sure it doesn't mean anything. I'm sure that doesn't affect it at all. It's just kind of annoying. You pay money for something, you want it to be nice. Am I right? What else? Oh, I went to Enterprise, Oregon for Mule Days, and it was so much fun. Um, really long drive. I don't like to drive. I'm not a driver. I go put the cruise control on 70, get to the side of the road. This is like 300 and some miles, 350 or something. It's a good stretch. Or is it? Is it that long? Yeah, it's a ways. Anyway, yeah, so I just 70 miles an hour off to the side. And how many times on that drive did people interact with my car for some reason? Pulling up alongside me and driving alongside me, getting over it in front and then slowing way down, then pulling back over, pulling in behind me. Like they were doing something with my car and me, like happened over and over and over again. I mean, it didn't happen much, but it happened often enough. Like it happened often enough that several times I clicked off cruise control, dropped back like 1,000 yards or something like that to where I could barely see this person, and then put cruise control back on and kept driving. One of the ones, the one that got paced me, then pulled forward and then got in front and then slowed down. Maybe they were doing a scam because I watched them do a couple of different vehicles. So maybe they were trying to get rear-ended. Something was happening. So Mule Days is a lot of fun. Just doing mule stuff. Like they did mule racing, they did barrel racing, they did a log pull. They did kind of like an obstacle course where they had unusual things. Mules don't like unusual stuff. And I didn't even know that one of the contests was taking place because it was so slow. I thought people were practicing, but no, they were competing. They're walking around all these different things. There was like a mannequin. There was a place where you have to probably you get trail. You have to fill out trail information when you go back country. So they would reach in and pull out a piece of paper and then put it back, showing the judge. And then one of them was there's hula hoops, bright hula hoops that you would put over the mule's head and then take it off and hang it back up. Man, most mules did not like that. And then some people couldn't actually they didn't have the arm length. You know what? It was a lot of women actually. I'd have to say that it was easily 2/3 women and children, and a lot of old white men with beer bellies. And they did not, as far as I could tell, they did not sell malt liquor in that town. Anything else? I camped on the fairgrounds. Not the owner, the person who runs it, came out and I guess she didn't know. I guess she didn't think I paid, and so she came out and she was asking kind of questions, and I'm like, I'm getting a vibe here, and eventually she's like, so did you pay for camping, or have you not paid for camping yet? And I'm like, well, yeah, I've paid for camping. I can't prove it though. They didn't take my license plate. They didn't give me a receipt. You know what? There really wasn't a big turnout out there. I almost feel like I should take over their social media for them. Like that whole thing should be filmed. I got a good film of it. I put it up on YouTube last week maybe. That was fun. I got a lot of pictures of beautiful towns, little teeny communities. I saw junkies, unfortunately. Man, so in Enterprise, I believe you might be able to buy a pillow at a place that sells rugs. And no other store had a pillow. And I actually saw that rug store down the road, and I even thought to myself, they might have something that would work as a pillow. I'm at the stage in my life where I need a pillow to sleep on. Anyway, it's a community where you can't buy a pillow. What are they going to do with a junkie? There's going to be no treatment. There's going to be no. They're not going to have the medical infrastructure to deal with someone addicted to hardcore drugs. That person's just going to die. The only thing I could think of was almost kind of like Western justice, is that like you get that guy, you get that junkie, and you say, hey, we're gonna get you drugs. You just need to tell us where you get them, and then we're gonna go and get drugs from this person. And then we're gonna wean you off, right? So you go to that guy that sells the drugs, and you say, hey, we're gonna need all your drugs. You're gonna need to start packing. You're gonna need to pack up, and you need to be gone by tonight. Yeah. Or we're gonna tie you to a mule. Tie you to like 4 mules heading opposite directions. Like that's in my mind, that's the only thing that community could possibly do to fight off addiction. And I went through Pendleton. They have the Pendleton Roundup. I didn't stop because that looks insane. But I just wanted to see what Pendleton looked like. It was cool. It was way. There was some. As far as a small community goes, there were signs of wealth. So Pendleton's doing good. They have some obvious signs of a wealthy community. But there was a junkie there too. All right, 12 minutes. That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. Peace out.